Colleagues, I just want to say a few words on the motion before us with respect to pre-study. Pre-study has been used in this chamber appropriately in my view, and this bill is not a bill that I would instinctively oppose. I do think, though, it is worth reflecting on what is the nature of our relationship with the other place in dealing with legislation. And I, for one, am of the view that we should emphasize our second reading reflection on bills that come to us from the other chamber. And I believe that that reflection is best done in most cases by waiting for the bill to arrive here in full. I believe pre-study is entirely appropriate for supply, for budgets, and for those bills that are reflecting of a judicial time frame by which Parliament must act. Those bills are unique in its relationship with the other place and in the case of judicial timeframes with the courts themselves. But I would be very encouraging of restraint in broadening pre-study to bills that are, in the normal course of matters, being dealt with in the other place or coming here for reflection. Now, the bill before us, let's face it, it has had a 5-year pace, got here 5 years ago, almost to the day, and got cut up and was not dealt with because it had not at that point been a priority of the government. And it has been reintroduced in 2 parliaments subsequently and is in the other place. I would encourage us to exercise restraint, to encourage a dialogue with the other chamber in respect of legislation that we get, and preserve pre-study for that which is necessary. Because if we go too far, I'm afraid we're going to erode our capacity for pre-study when it is appropriate. On a related matter, I'll just take the opportunity of being on the floor and say I would encourage restraint on S bills as well. S bills are a very useful tool for legislation that is, in a sense, non-controversial in its origin, and it can be useful to use the time in the Senate to advance a bill for consideration in a bicameral parliament. But I would not be encouraging of S bills that are in themselves somewhat controversial, and we would forego the opportunity to provide sober second thought because we have, in a sense, exercised our first thoughts first. So with those comments, I would urge you to reflect and provide this broader context to your consideration as to whether to adopt this motion.